masters, so we can regain the human capital countries need to continue to prosper. So we've given it coherence to our social policies, and we're glad that we share these efforts, hope, and projects with a group of artists that make us proud, but that also remind us that we have social commitment through ALAS. So Panama, which had the honor of being the headquarters where ALAS was launched, we can see that it now grows wings in what used to be a military base. Now we know that this is hope for hundreds of thousands of our children of the region. And that is a reason for pride and to reiterate our commitment. Not only does this have to be part of our discussion in the Ibero-American Summit, but we should also invite Shakira and Alejandro to also bring this presentation to all the presidents in Ibero-America. Gracias, señor presidente.
Panama, unemployment down, budget surplus, vaccines, preschool, scholarships for children, and it goes to prove that it's not all bad to have an economist as president, right? I think it's a great demonstration. We're very proud of what you're accomplishing. We're also very lucky and honored that on his first trip as newly elected President of Paraguay, we have the President of Paraguay here. The country was celebrating the inauguration just last month of President Martín Erasto, of Fernando Armindo Lugo Méndez. But we know that it was a great celebration. Perdón. Paraguay, as everybody knows, has gone through very difficult political history. And when the new president was elected and he pledged the fight against poverty as the centerpiece of his campaign and his administration, you could see the joy in the whole country at the inauguration and at the celebration. And we congratulate you on becoming president. We're thrilled that you're here 1 month and 9 days after the inauguration. We welcome you here to Columbia University, and we look forward to hearing you.
Well, thank you so much. I come from the other side of history. I do not come from the university world. I'm not an economist. But maybe I'll be a bad president. I don't know. I come from a country from where I wish I could tell you stories like what Calderón was telling us and Torrijos was telling us. I come from a country where in the last 60 years, it's the people produced a real change in the political history of the country, so we can write a new page, we can turn a new page. I come from that world that we want to change, from the world of the poor, from the world of the forgotten by history, from the other side, where we cannot hear even their voices. On the Day for Children, Paraguay celebrates this on the 16th August, the day after I took office. Not because of something that makes me proud, but rather something that makes us very sad. On the day that the Battle of Costañún is celebrated, that terrible war, that genocide, American genocide, in which children with fake mustaches and beards had to defend their country. On that day, August 16th of this year, we opened the house, the palace, where the president lives, the house of of teeth, and children of all colors and of all ages, regular children, normal children, or special disabled children, came to visit, and I sat with them, and they talked to me, and they gave me a whole lesson on what the government's program for children should be. And I sat and listened, and the children told me, we want a better future. They were children from the street, children at risk. With their knowledge, with their experience, with their pain, their tears, their illusion, their smiles, and their hope, they were there. They were also playing with other children. There are 170,000 children born in Paraguay per year, and many are born in shame. Many of these children cross the border to Argentina or to Brazil to register, and they become Brazilian or Argentine children. Unfortunately, our state does not acknowledge the weaker and the more frail and the more forgotten. And it's terrible, because I came from a country where we have stolen from children. We haven't stolen their happiness. We have stolen them even their school breakfast, which is their right, which is theirs. 4 weeks ago, I visited the Chaco in Paraguay. I saw a school, and I saw their teacher, who was also indigenous, and she said, children don't come to school anymore. Why do they not? Because there is no breakfast offered in school. This isn't another world. Last week, in that same area, the Chaco of Paraguay, it was no news. 4 children died. Today, I am told 6 have died. There has been a drought. And we've declared an emergency in half of the Paraguayan country. But not everything is horrible. We do have a ministry for children. And the first step, almost like Panama, one of our quarters will become very soon a shelter for children, so that they can at least eat once a day something hot, which can give them life and back the wish to play. As I was telling you, I do not come from the world of academics. I come from the world of the poor. And as I was telling Alejandro, it was similar, this picturesque image of children of 1 to 5 years old. And I was so happy when I was a bishop. I used to visit these communities and saw children that, after having a nutritious meal, could run and play. I'm going to the airport from here. So I tell you, maybe not tomorrow, but well, when I get off the plane tomorrow, I will tell the Paraguayan people about this program. So to tell you that it is true, from being a pastor, it is true, we can help many things. We will commit to those who will take care of us when we're old. We will commit to those who will allow us to at least have a happy old age. But I do want to ask you something back here, Alejandro. I'm from the old school, from the Beatles and Julio Iglesias, from the 70s, remember? Yeah. So I was asking someone here, hey, but what kind of thing does Alejandro sing? Who's he?